Hey there, welcome to your Lion's Gate portal reading for August 8th of 2021. And it can be any Lion's Gate that you come across in your life. It doesn't have to be the one for 2021 if you happen to come across this outside that time frame, because as always, the Creator and Spirit are not bound by time and space. And so if you're drawn to this message, then there are messages for you. But if you are coming across this on August 8th of 2021, then the portal for the Lion's Gate this year kind of opened up around July 28th, depending on where you're at in the world, and is going to close around August 12th. Now, the August 8th is when the portal is the widest open, and when like the activation and the energy is just so strong. That's where, this portal increases the cosmic energy that's flowing between the physical world and the spiritual realm. So it just really opens up this portal where it's like the veil is very thin and we can communicate between those. And then amongst all that, also, there's the new moon in Leo is at its height today as well, at 7:50 a.m. Mountain Time, so depending on where you're at and all that. I do a special reading for the new moon in Leo, so that'll be linked at the end of this video here if you want to check that out as well. It'll be under the new moon, full moon readings. So if you want to check that out, just jump on over there after this one. So what is the Lion's Gate? And I love these cards here by the White Light Oracle, because it just really shows this beautiful, beautiful lion. And we'll talk about Ishtar's Lion Gate 888 here in a second as well. But what is the Lion's Gate? There's this special cosmic alignment when the sun happens to be in the sign of Leo, and the star Sirius rises into this special trajectory with the Earth. And in looking at the Lion's Gate, some information was talking about in ancient times, Sirius, the star, would match up with like the Great Pyramids, and it would do it on July 26th, and that is what Egyptian considered their new year. Of course, over the thousands of years, our systems kind of change a little bit, so those exact dates have altered a little bit. But with the sun in Leo, which is the ruler of the heart, and then Sirius, the star, bringing in all that extra energy, the veil is thin, so we can have a heightened connection with all the higher realms. Now, the symbols of the gate, the lion, and also the 8-pointed star, which, 8 is, of course, August. All of that also points towards ancient references to a woman priestess who is named Ishtar, which is all this about this Ishtar Lion's Gate. And she's considered like the goddess of the planet Venus, so like Leo's in charge of the heart. The goddess, Ishtar is of the planet Venus, which is about love. But she also had this sacred relationship with the star Sirius. And I mention all that because she's the queen of letting go, and she holds the keys to renewal from suffering. So it's kind of like the phoenix in a way where, from the ashes we rise up and renew things in our lives. And I loved when I was reading in this particular deck, it says, she is relentless in her pursuit of the path to true inner freedom. So the energy of Ishtar and the Lion's Gate portal gives us support in surrendering our attachments, letting go of identities like mother, wife, boss, brother, boyfriend, whatever it might be. And it draws us to spending time to ourself, focusing on the higher realm and our higher self that we are. So this reading that we're about to do is going to be part 1 of 2 parts, actually. So this reading is going to be about what you're ready to surrender, or you're getting ready to surrender. And then part 2 is going to be coming in September. I'm going to be doing some autumn equinox readings, which will focus on what's falling away to make room for the new, fall, autumn. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So what's falling away to make room for the new? So to make sure you don't miss out on any of those, if you haven't already, click on the subscribe button down below and make sure to hit that little bell icon and you'll get an alert when those are posted. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in to the reading now. All right, Libras, this is your Lionsgate portal reading, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from this beautiful deck, the Power of Surrender cards, because how fitting, this reading is all about what you're ready to surrender or getting ready to, or what the Creator is wanting you to know about what you're ready to surrender or are surrendering. So let's start off, Creator for Libras. What do you want them to know about? Okay, I really feel that one's the one there. Yeah. Fast answers, just like you like them. Yep, so surrender, frustration. Beautiful card there. And it says, frustration. Oh, sorry, it's not very clear there. Sorry, it looks like it's blurry on my end here. So I'll let you see that and then I'll read it. It says, frustration doesn't open any doors. Yeah, that's frustrating, right? The focusing. Why isn't that focusing? But frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Yeah, and so frustration, really the message with frustration is, of course, that things are not happening as fast as you want them to happen. I want this to be this way and it's not. Why isn't it that way? It should be that way right now for me, right now, right now. And so the surrender to frustration is actually surrendering not only the situation, but the timing of the situation. There's always this, if you trust God, you also must trust their timing, right? It's like, yeah, good point. We don't want to hear that because that has this underlying tone of patience with it, which we become impatient and frustrated because we're becoming almost desperate that this thing needs to happen. And that's a good message for us to see. And we'll get more information. I'm going to pull some cards here from this, the Naked Heart Tarot, just to see what else the Creator wants to know. But it really has to do with, we're defining our worth and our lovability, acceptability by something. And without that thing in there, we don't feel happy yet because we placed our success, our happiness, our fulfillment in the future on this when this happens thing, and it's not happening fast enough, so we're getting frustrated because we're getting scared that if this doesn't happen, what does it mean about us, right? Let me just one more time here. So Creator, what do you want our Libras to know about this frustration, about the surrender of this frustration? That one, and I want this one too. Yep, so Innocent of Cups. This is a great message. One, Cups is all about our emotions, our emotional center, even our intuition to an extent. And the Innocence of Cups is actually what's normally the Page of Cups in other suits. And what this does is it brings this message. It's a message of new emotion, for sure. But the page is also like, as you see, it's a little baby whale. So it's the page is a youngster and for me, it's this young emotion. When we're young children, our frustration doesn't last very long because we get over things very quickly. We don't have a whole lot of expectations that are conditioned in us yet when we're really young. As we get older, more and more things happen. We get more and more rules about this needs to be happening, so I'm a good boy or a good girl. This thing needs to happen, or else I'm a bad girl, bad boy, And so this praise and punishment creates all of these supposed to's and have to's and shoulds, and it's those shoulds that create our frustration. This should happen by now. I should have this in my life, and I don't. I'm so frustrated, right? Frustration of a little child is they're trying to accomplish something and get through something. They get frustrated and they leave it and go to the next thing. They don't, normally don't stay there frustrated trying to, get over, climb up on the couch or whatever. They find different ways, or they go find something else to do very quickly. Adults, as we grow up, are like, no, I must. We become very stubborn, right? I must have that. And so that's where the frustration really comes from. Yeah, I had to figure, Libras, you were going to get a balancing card. Surprise, surprise. That is you. But the sword here is your thoughts and your beliefs. And so it's balancing these out. And for me, it's a message of making sure to balance your earthly walk with your spiritual walk, with your higher self, your higher spirituality, that higher knowledge. And you can even see there's stars and stuff that's like the universe here is that sometimes it means karma and cause and effect and things like that, but for this reading it really is balancing out and understanding what it is that you really want, and that's what you've been told you're supposed to want, but what do you really want, and diving deeper into your inner world, into your soul, to truly understand what makes you feel whole, what makes you feel complete. And these things in the outside world don't. They're the unstable things that do that. So this balance between the two is understanding the difference between the two, the contrast between the two, weighing things out in your life to understand what is at the root of your frustration, which is this. This is the Three of Swords, which is for me, I call it the expectation card. So everything we talked about, all these things that are supposed to be and should be, supposed to, need to, have to's, everything we're conditioned with is this. These expectations are the things that pierce our heart, make us afraid, make us feel rejected, make us feel disappointed is the huge thing. When we're pierced in our heart with fear, it feels like heartbreak. And that's what, being heartbroken is being in fear because of these beliefs that we have. And so this weighing of things is when we're taught to look outside ourselves and see that all the things that we've been taught are supposed to fulfill us, like a person, a situation like job, social status, some sort of circumstance or situation, or things like, money, home, your body, your vehicles, whatever it might be, clothes, whatever it might be. These are all the things that are supposed to fulfill you and make you feel complete. But every single one of those is unstable and temporary and changes. And so when we define ourselves and these all become our expectations, when they let us all down, they disappoint us. People change, their opinions change by the moment, like the weather, or they pass away. Situations never stay the same. Things break down, stolen, burn down, or deteriorate, So all those things, if we're defining our worth and our success and our happiness by them, then our happiness and our worth and our success is unstable and ever changing, and it feels chaotic, right? Thus frustration. But the wonderful thing is we come down here to experience all these emotions. So they're not bad, but they are designed to eventually, when we're disappointed enough, they turn us inward to what we truly are searching for, which is the love that we find in our heart from the other side, from the creator of all things, from Spirit, the Holy Spirit. Whatever your faith may be, that is the source of our unconditional love, and the source of our wholeness comes from in there. And we get pulled out here again as reminders. Oh, I need to be in a relationship. I need to be with someone. And then you don't. And then you're frustrated because you can't find a good candidate, someone that can give me the love that I'm wanting. And it's all because the love we're looking for is inside of us. And also, one of the big things about our love is that we can only love others as much as we love ourselves. So if we only love ourselves that much, this little hole here, if we only love ourselves that much, that's as much love as we can give. But that's also as much love as we can receive from others. So when we expand our self-love, that also improves and enlarges our capacity to love others and to receive love from others. So, all right. We're also going to pull a card here from these, the Power deck. It's the Cards of Wisdom, just to see with this, as you surrender the frustration and, get to the root of these things here, what kind of ripple effect does that have on your life? Because this is just the beginning, right? This Lion's Gate is just the energy coming and sparking this for you. So, Creator, what do you want Libras to know about how this impacts their... Yeah, came out right away. Again, messages come fast for you. So here is the card. And it's called Centering, number 28. And number 2 and 8 is 10, which is endings, and then also new beginnings. So it says, never leave your center. Count your bad points as well as your good. What is good and what is bad are most often purely relative, right? That's what these expectations and judgment is. If you sense a weakness within yourself, explore it. It may become the source of your greatest strength. As you sit like a sacred Buddha amidst the pandemonium of your life, always remember that the situation or person who has the ability to upset you the most, to pull you off center, is your greatest teacher in the process of centering. Such negativity can become your addiction. So center yourself in your power and release your need for constant distraction from your center. So everything we pretty much talked about here, coming back to center, is coming back to that place where you find that love within your heart. So yeah, otherwise the stuff that's outside of that is your source of frustration, right? When you learn to love yourself, you learn to love what is, and then you're not so drawn into the future as often. And thus frustration also becomes much smaller. Great Creator. What else do you want Libra to know about these, the centering here? Okay, yeah. So funny. Yep, so the Hermit, centering yourself, withdrawing into your shell when you need to, because again, this the star here is your higher self, and this owl represents the wisdom and your other beings of love and light on the other side of unconditional love and light, like spirit and your guardian angels and angels, your loved ones who are on the other side, your ancestors, whatever your faith and beliefs are, you have this large group of beings of unconditional love and light that are there to help support you, love you, always giving you messages. And when you connect to the star that you are, and you withdraw into your turtle shell, then that's where you take time. That's coming to your center, moving inward and taking time outside, away from all those things. Because they're bringing you. Here's the key to your understanding of who you are, the key to your frustration. You find all that by that journey within. Yeah, and then you have the turtle here. You've got the turtle here. And this is the Six of Swords. Swords are all your thoughts, your beliefs, like I said, all these expectations. But this is a movement from the old ways of thinking into new ways of thinking. So it definitely, part of your transformation is you definitely are getting to the root. See, these Three of Swords are the old Three of Swords, and you're moving into new beliefs, new thoughts, new awarenesses around yourself that are more in alignment to with who you truly are. Yeah. Then you have the Chariot. So choices. You always have the choices. The Chariot also represents kind of mastering your ego, mastering the human side of your life. And a big piece of that is understanding that there are two of you that exist within you, and you always have two choices. Every moment is a choice between unconditional love or the fear of losing a conditional love. And so every moment is always a choice between one and the other. The fear of losing conditional love is where our frustration comes from. But when you move to center, that's the unconditional love. And that's when you feel the whole and complete and peace along with that. So, yeah, that's just so fitting. We're also going to pull a card here from the Energy Oracle. See what else the Creator wants you to know about this energy coming through the Lion's Gate portal. All right, Creator, what else do you want Libras to know about this energy that's coming in? Okay. Yeah. Angel of Love, card number 49. Angel love, love from above, right? And let's see what message comes with this card for you. What energies? Yep, tender connection. So this beautiful angel comes with roses in her hair and rose-colored wings. She holds a rose quartz heart, which I got one right here. So we're gonna move this energy in here for you. And this is radiating tender and loving vibrations, bringing you compassion and affection. If you're looking for new love, this angel brings a message of its upcoming approach. Or if you're longing for a deeper, more intimate connection with someone already in your life, she's here to say that far greater tenderness is available to you. Either way, remember that your first intention for tenderness must be directed inward. And the compassion that you demonstrate towards yourself will influence the energetic potential of these events in a significant way. The angel of love is smiling on you and forging connections in the energetic realm. And it says, the affirmation for the card is, I love and value myself without limitation or condition. So I love myself unconditionally. Tender, loving treatment comes to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. So, yeah, definitely connecting to that inner love, like we were saying. It's all pointing you inward for that love. And when you do that, like it says, it impacts everything else, because as we expand our self-love, then that allows us to love other people more deeply and more, and also receive more love from other individuals because we feel worthy of it. We're opening up to it more and more. And then it rolls out into every area of our life. When you love yourself and you have this inner confidence and less fear, you express yourself so much more clearly and lovingly, patiently, in your job, in your interactions on a daily basis with family and friends and loved ones. Just every interaction you have, and all your self-talk also transforms from being so frustrating and attacking and judging to you to just kind, uplifting, loving words. We're going to pull some additional cards here for this one as well, just to see what else the Creator wants you to know about this Love from angels. All right, Creator, what else do you want our beautiful Libras to know about this love? Yeah, so here's Judgment. And Judgment card, this is card 20, isn't about, so much judging yourself. It's about realizing who you really are. When a lot of times the tarot, it'll show someone rising out of a coffin. So when this human side of us ends, and then we realize, we weren't that caterpillar. We were this beautiful butterfly, this being with wings all along. We were the ones. This was the true us. And so it's really connecting to the real realm of who we really are. So I really, feel that with this Hermit too. It's that energy of understanding. And again, like seeing things from a higher perspective, an X and an X, that's 20. So that breaks down to number 2, which shows you, that there's 2 of you inside, this human side and this higher self. But also it's endings. It's showing endings and new beginnings, both in your physical and spiritual worlds. You just are transforming your life in this, with this, coming to this center and rediscovering just a whole new you, a whole new world, because you're seeing the world as you are, not as it is. So when you're changing on the inside, your whole world changes. Yeah. And here's the movement of Pentacles. This is like the Knight of Pentacles, and it's the only night or the only movement that is slow paced. It's like, take your time, enjoy your moments as you go along, knowing that everything has its own process and its own step by step on how things happen. And we don't have to rush to get to the end, which totally comes into kind of wrapping up this frustration feeling. Is, if you plant seeds in a garden, how fast you get frustrated that they're not growing fast enough. And that's about, you trust that things unfold and grow at the pace that they're going to have the best fruit for you. Otherwise, if they when we humans start messing with, the genes and whatever particles of seeds and plants, it might grow faster, but it's not as nutritious. In fact, it might be harmful to us, right? Yeah. And then you got the Four of Wands, which the Four of Wands is really about celebration too. Look, so you've got some growth, yay! And to celebrate it as you're going along with each step. So the Four of Wands sometimes will have like a tent, which means celebration or wedding, those types of things. But I really feel, especially along with this movement of Pentacles, is about not only celebrating when you get to this point in your life. You have all these things that need to happen before you get to this point. Like, I'll celebrate then. Well, by the time you get there, it's like putting a carrot before a horse, right? If you don't celebrate and give you a bite of that carrot and replace it with a new carrot, by the time you get here, it's a moldy old carrot that no one wants. So it's really about appreciating each step as you move along in the path, right? And celebrate every day, each moment as much as you can, focusing on what you're grateful for and what is in your life, not the frustration of what's not, right? And then lastly, we're going to pull a couple cards here from this Everyday Tarot just to get more information on this one here. Just about what the Creator wants you to know about this ripple of energy. The final message for this energy coming in for this Lionsgate portal. All right, Creator, what else for Libra? Okay, anything else? Nope, they were just these 3 here. So we got the King of Swords. So this is, swords are thoughts, energy, and it's really about balancing the heart, which is this giant cup he's sitting in. Cups are emotions, and then the sword. And you can see he is holding on to one sword, but he has his hand extended. And the king, of course, is the master of the swords, and it does, it's not any gender, it's just energy. So the king energy of this is that he understands that to truly master your mind is to balance it with your heart and your emotions. You know, that whole Libra feel that you totally rule and understand about balance. Your life is about understanding balance, right? Yeah, because you have Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is you're almost to the point of exhaustion, which is this frustration here. It's keeping you up at night or giving you nightmares. And so these are about looking at, you know, when we're talking about these expectations here and this movement of from the old thoughts to the new, this is what you get to release. You're able to sleep at night. You're able to feel more peace because you don't have all these let's say internal projects to complete in order for you to be happy and feel whole. You with a celebration and with a centering, you feel and you understand you have everything you need right here, right this second, and you don't need to worry about all those other things. There's just adventures awaiting. And so you're able to calm this with your King of Swords. Yeah, because here's the Strength card here. And I love these cards because for me, the lion represents our human side, you know, our fight or flight, human character that's experiencing life down on the planet. And this being here, she represents our eternal. She has the infinity symbol in her hair. She's the eternal being of light that we are, our higher self. And she's the one that brings the comfort, because I was talking about before, you know, the lion gets hungry. It's like hangry, right? Hungry, angry, because it's looking out here for all its stuff to fill it up, and it's not filling it up. So it's hungry and thirsty, and it's hangry in the jungle, roaring. And then our higher self comes down to calm our, our smaller self, our human self. And it doesn't get it under control by trying to kill it, or put it in a cage, or, try to train it with a whip and a chair. It gives it what it's been searching for, which it's been searching for this inner love all along in the center. And so she gives love. She's giving a little hug. So she turns our roaring, hangry lion into a little purring kitten that's just taking in all the love that we give it. And so, here's that love, right? An amazing little energy coming in here for you. I'm excited just how it's going to continue to ripple out of here for you. And just as a reminder, this is just part one. We have part two coming up in the beginning of September. I'm going to be doing fall equinox readings. And the, like where this one was about what you're ready to surrender, that is about what's falling away and making room and space for new things. So that'll be part two. So if you haven't subscribed yet, if you don't want to miss those, just subscribe and click that little bell icon, and then you'll get notified when those come out. And if you're enjoying these readings too, just give me a good thumbs up down there, and that lets me know that this is the kind of content that you like and that you would like more of. And that just helps me out. So, but I am excited for this energy that's coming for you, starting on August 8th and then moving forward and rippling out over the months to come. So just know as you go through this that every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. Have an amazing Lionsgate portal day. We'll talk to you soon. You take care.